Welcome to Kyle Lab presented by AgKnocks. My name is Tom Ag and I'm joined by AgJack and Billy. As always, we appreciate you for listening. Please be sure to follow at AgKnocks on X, Instagram, and TikTok for all of our daily content. We are still 11-4. Speaking of four, the Aggies fall 4 spots to number 7 in this week's college football rankings.
Speaking of four,
I think it's 11-4 until we're not. I think it's the goal. Let's go 12-1 is hopefully the goal. But yeah, the 7th ranking spot feels like we're locked in for another rematch with Notre Dame. We'll get to that, but not great. Slipping 4 spots for a close rivalry loss is not what you want to see.
yeah, I think it's bullshit. We were all weekend, all yesterday. Everybody was talking about how we thought we'd probably be 6. The lowest we dropped to would be 6, especially considering that Ole Miss, with the Lane Kiffin situation, their coach just left. We have the Florida State precedent with their quarterback getting hurt, and that's not us crying, but there are reasons why A&M should be ahead of Ole Miss that we can discuss, including strength of record, strength of schedule, everything. But it's all about what have you done for me lately? And the committee's had it out for us all year. The propaganda against A&M online has been masterful. Nazi masterclass from the Austin Hitler youth. And they did a great job of saying, hey, we're frauds. Even though last year, if you look at Texas's schedule, they finished 11-2. They were the number 3 overall seed, and they had pretty much the exact same SEC schedule as we did.
And something else to keep in mind, I think with the rankings coming out tonight, why the fuck is Texas Tech number 4? When did the Big 12 become considered better than any other conference? I don't get that ranking at all. And then also, you already know why we got pushed back to number 7. If you look at the number 10 spot, you see Notre Dame. They did it for the rematch. They did it for the ratings. That would put Notre Dame coming to Kyle Field, which is literally the only team that I would be absolutely terrified to play in the playoffs, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we just got completely exposed from a run defense perspective, and just bringing in the Heisman frontrunner running back to Kyle Field with a playoff spot is just a story so good you would think they planned it. It's definitely confusing. I agree with you, Agjak. I think maybe it was Tom. I don't understand. The Big 12 every year does this of we're 11-1. You're playing fucking Kansas and Kansas State and Oklahoma State. What are we talking about? No one is moved by that. If Texas Tech had to play a real schedule, I don't give a shit if it's the bottom 7 of the SEC. They're not going 11-1, and they lost a game to Arizona, a bad Arizona State team this year. So
it's flawed. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, you're right. If you go 11-1 in the Big 12, you're talking about they've only played the cupcakes of the SEC. It's the fucking SEC. It's the closest thing to the NFL as you have for you can lose to anybody on any given day, especially now. We don't have any cupcakes in the SEC this year. It used to be Vanderbilt, you walk all over them. Kentucky, you walk all over them. There are weaker teams, but even Arkansas is they're putting up fights against good SEC teams pretty much every week. There aren't a lot of blowouts in the SEC. So it's just flawed. And the difference between being the 7, 6, and 5 seed is just insane. It's yeah, cool. We get to host a home playoff game. You're going to try to match us up against the best at-large team possible, the 10 seed, while 6 and 5 are going to play a G5 opponent, which that's ridiculous. That's a mid-range Big 12 team at best. And then you have the ACC champion, which is going to be the highest ranked conference champion that doesn't get in that large bid, Duke or Virginia. It feels very purposeful.
No, I think the other thing to put it into context, if Texas Tech had LSU away on the schedule, it's the biggest game of their season. If Texas Tech had Florida at home, it's the biggest game of their season. If they had South Carolina at home, it's the biggest game of their season. So yap all you want about, oh yeah, this is the cupcakes of the SEC. Like we said, it's just simply not the same. If A&M had to play away at Kansas State, easy work. No one is genuinely no one is moved by that. But I promise you, Florida going to Texas Tech, that's a huge game for them. Everybody's fired up about it, and it would be a signature win. I don't give a shit if they go 4-8. That would be a huge win for them because they beat an SEC team. Big fucking whoop.
I think the even worse part about this is you still have Indiana and Ohio State at the very top, and they play absolutely nobody as well. So you got the ACC, Big 12, who I'd group in the same category, and then I'd group the Big 10 and probably like a little bit higher category than the ACC or Big 12. But we're going to get stuck, playing probably the best, at least one of the top 4 teams the CFP has to offer, regardless of rankings, all said and done. Whoever we end up playing in the first round, I say probably has the best chance of making it to the actual championship game. And like you said, AgJack, it's all on purpose. They hate us, and that's okay. If we win the first game, we'll make it all the way.
It just sucks, like, how bitter we have to be coming into our first, like, realization of being locked in our first playoff berth. Just given the circumstances, it sucks. And it sucks that we lost to them at the time that we did. If we lost to Texas in week 4 and we were 11-1 right now, we would probably be 5 at worst. Maybe not, because I don't think we'd be lower than Texas Tech. And it just feels like everybody hates us, and here we are again. And this is something we might not be able to ever overcome because people just don't like A&M. And I don't know if it's a schedule thing. I don't know if people think we're frauds now. It's not like, and we're going to talk about the Texas game, but if you look at it, the way that they're responding with how they ranked us, it shows how ready they were to call us frauds, but they're acting like we got smoked in that game. A game that we were up, we dominated the first half. We were up 10-3. We should have been up more because our quarterback got hurt, because we couldn't finish. We couldn't make a kick because our kicker's terrible. Our field goal unit is awful. So we should have been up 13. We should have been up 17, whatever it was. Going to the second half, yeah, we get dominated. That sucked. It's a rivalry game on Black Friday. That shit happens. We were down by 3 with 9 minutes left. We had a chance to go get that done. We didn't do it. That sucks. But at the end of the day, they're acting like we got beat by 24, 30 points.
And sorry, Billy, but we got beat by probably the most improved team in the SEC this season. If you want to look at it, yeah, they lost to the 3-8 Florida team or whatever they were, whatever they're 3-9, 4-8, whatever the record is now. But I'd say that Texas is probably the most improved team in the SEC, and they also got left out of this too, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, fuck them.
Let's not say it yet. It's not say. I'm not.
They're out.
I don't think they are.
Well, no, because we just talked about, like, okay, we don't have to talk about Texas in particular, but let's talk about, as much as we can understand about how this works with how the rankings should shake out by next week based on the conference championships, it's impossible to understand. There's no way to project or predict anything that the committee's going to do because it's a bunch of curmudgeon-y old pieces of shit that have biases built in and all work for their own fucking school that hate other schools or hate other conferences or have allegiances. It's all bullshit. So we have no idea how to predict this, but it's worth a conversation to say, okay, is there any way that we can move up to 5 or 6? Personally, I think no. But there are people out there that think that if Texas Tech loses,
no way,
they'll fall below us.
No. Historically, it's not. So we talked through this before the pod. The problem with that is last year, if you look at what they did for conference champions, and I'm pulling it up on the side here, going into the championship week last year, 2024, Texas, Georgia was the SEC championship. Texas was ranked 2, Georgia ranked 5. Texas lost that game, and they moved down to 3. 1 spot. Georgia moves up to the 2 spot. They went up 3 spots, right? You look at who was Big 12 or Big 10 championship last year? Does anyone remember? Was it Oregon, Penn State? That doesn't seem right. Probably Oregon. What was it?
I thought it was Indiana, Ohio State, but maybe or maybe Ohio State got left out. I can't remember.
Let me quickly Google. Hold on. But the point is, I don't think they're penalizing anyone who loses their conference championship game. Oregon beat Penn State. Okay. So Oregon was 1, Penn State was 3. Yeah. Oregon won, so they stayed at 1. Penn State lost, they dropped 1 spot to 4. So realistically, what we're looking at is Tech drops 1 spot to 5, right? And let's say, God forbid, Georgia lose. Georgia drops 1 spot, which would put us, I don't know, depending on who jumps them and how high they jump, could potentially put us in the 10 spot or the 9 spot, which would be horrific. So the good thing is, I do think we have to give ourselves credit. It's a little bit anticlimactic because we kind of earned the playoff spot with the South Carolina comeback. Everyone was just so relieved that we won that game. Thank God. Thank God we won that game.
I mean,
Because we would genuinely be out. We would be out for sure.
I think they'd find a way to get us out if we had lost that game.
For sure. I mean,
which is terrifying. It's like we went 11-0, and it feels like we went 10-3 or 9-3 or something. I don't know. It doesn't feel good, dude. And every year from now on, we're gonna have to play Texas and get over that hump, get the monkey off the back in order to complete our season, because we have been proven that we can go 11-0 and lose a game, and then we don't even get a bye in the playoff, and we have to probably play one of the best teams in the playoff. Even though we get a home playoff game, that's awesome. But like,
dude, I wish we had like an ass cheek of a rival. Like Georgia plays Georgia Tech. Great.
Right.
Like fun rivalry week for you guys. That's fun. But like, yeah, that's a layup of a game.
And it's gonna be a short week every time. We're gonna play on Friday, Thanksgiving. There's so much emotion that goes into this game, and it just feels like the pressure in the future, and we're going to talk about this in the Texas recap, but the pressure's mounting for the Aggies in the future to win this game. Every year it's going to snowball now. And
I'd even make the case that they got to go out and win this first playoff game now that, one, we didn't make the SEC championship game, and two, I just think you got to win out, especially with the Texas loss, to make this like a successful season. Not win out the next game, excuse me.
Yeah, if we don't win this playoff game, I don't care who the fuck we play. I don't care if it's Notre Dame or Tulane. If we don't win this game, it's just going to go down as one of the biggest fraud seasons of all time. We'll be forgotten.
I disagree. Like, when it comes down to it, we're going to be like, yeah, when was the last time we won 11 games? Like,
but that's what's crazy. Is like we won 11 games and we still are just getting zero respect.
That's all right. I think, like you said, we have to win the game. I do like, if it is a matchup with Notre Dame, it would be, I feel better about it because they beat us the first year. We beat them the second year. It feels more like a best of 3 rather than like, we beat you guys once already this year. Like, run it back. Because usually that doesn't work for whoever loses the first matchup wins the second matchup typically. But I give us the benefit of the doubt there because we played them so recently as well.
Dude, Notre Dame is the only team that scares me. I know I said Texas was the most improved team in the SEC. Well, Notre Dame doesn't have a conference, but I mean, even if they did, they'd be the most improved team in college football. They started 0-2. That's the scariest team in college football. Them versus Ohio State is statistically gonna be the national championship. That's why I would be, and they barely even ran Love against us.
That's the problem, is the way they match up with us. Like, we already played them, yeah, sure, but like they could have run Love, and Love is playing like a clear Heisman front runner. Like, now that Marcel's not in the picture anymore, I'm voting for Jeremiah Love 100%. He looks like a fucking monster, and he's not even getting the full workload there. It's not a good matchup for us, the way that our defense is played.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Who do you guys? Yeah.
Go on, Andrew.
Who do you guys want to play? Like, who?
Dude, fucking Duke or Virginia or UNT or give me a fucking layup.
All
The
right.
path to Indiana.
Here we go. Let's look at the options here. All right. So
it's like Duke,
BYU. Are you kidding me? That's the equivalent of playing like a softball team or a women's soccer team. Hell yeah, dude. Give me BYU. Fuck the Mormons.
Yeah, I think if we played BYU, so the options are probably this: BYU, Notre Dame, Alabama. That's probably
Oklahoma, technically.
If really want to play Oklahoma,
I mean, their offense is ass. I think we could beat them.
I don't know, dude. I guess we'll just talk about it when it comes. But all that being said, there's no way that Texas can make the playoff,
which is hilarious.
I think that's true, bro. I don't want to. Let's not.
How could you move up? They have to be top.
Dude, they will find a way. The campaigns are already in process. Just there's no need to provide literally proof that that we said this and for it to be cooked later. There's no upside to that.
Everyone's been saying it though. I'm not afraid.
I don't believe.
I mean, I've been seeing this graphic go around where the Texas opponents this year, they've played 5 top 10 ranked teams. They still have 3 losses, so I don't think it really matters, but they played 5 top 10 ranked teams.
What are you making a case for them?
No, I'm just saying. That's what they're 9-3, so no, I'm not at all. That's just what I'm seeing online is oh, you played 5 top 10 teams. Who gives a shit?
You're glazing, bro.
3 of the games.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's just go off of this because we could talk about it forever and it doesn't make sense and we're not going to know until we know. And we've just got to play whoever's in front of us. It's the playoffs. You got to beat good teams to win the national championship. And we put ourselves in this position. If we won in Austin, we'd have a bye and we'd be playing in a sweat-free SEC title game this weekend. So it is what it is.
Okay, wait. So if we're 7, okay, wait. Here's the layout. So if we were to beat Notre Dame, we would play Indiana and then Georgia potentially.
And it's crazy that we would play Notre Dame because of us beating them. Because they have 2 losses, so they're in the 10 spot because we beat them.
It's just tragic.
Oh man, I feel bad for Miami fans. They've got to be pissed, bro.
But hopefully we're gonna play Miami. We'll see.
Do we want to talk about the game or
no?
Obviously,
I can't bring myself to rewatch it. Is the problem?
So we
got the Fox News headlines going right.
Before we get into that depressing shit, let's talk about something positive. So AgKnocks is officially launching our merchandise shop this week. We're going to have items like these hats, these sweaters, these hoodies, all are going to be available on our shop. They're sick. If you want to buy, we're going to also donate proceeds to A&M NIL, even though Tom doesn't want to anymore since they lost 1 game. We're going to donate proceeds to the NIL. So you are buying win for the Aggies when you buy AgKnocks stuff. We're also going to be doing a drop for Christmas sweaters. AgKnocks football themed crew neck Christmas sweaters. They're going to be the perfect gift for any Aggies you know. The designs are sick. We worked on them for a long time. Tom Ag been in the lab.
I have been in the lab, bro. We gotta, in order to keep our success, we gotta keep the NIL pumping. So if you buy a sweater, that's an excuse to donate right there. You get a sweet sweater that I did work hard on for 3 years. I did procrastinate for a while. It took a long time to do this. Not for any other reason other. I just could get it done, whatever. But check it out. Soon, should have it tomorrow.
Think about it. If you're buying an AgKnocks merchandise item, you're basically buying the next KC Concepcion in the portal.
Or Kraber. Or a new kicker. Would I dare say the AgKnocks kicker?
Dude, I will be a kicker. If you want me, I think I still have some eligibility left. I have videotape of me making a 45-yard field goal. I'm just saying.
Okay, so for everybody listening now, I calculated it out. We could probably nail down like a salt number 3 kicker in the nation, give or take. That's doable. We could do that. Maybe toss in like a
GoFundMe.
Yeah, like a GoFundMe. Maybe toss in a TRX Ram. Dude, we could have we could literally have the kicker for 100.
Why would you say Ram instead of a Hellcat? That's interesting that you said that.
Me and Tom Ag have Rams, bro.
We do.
Okay, fair enough.
So A&M basketball just won. They just beat Pitt. They're kind of on a nice little run right now. So good for them. But yeah, go buy our merch. We're going to do the drop on Twitter. If you're watching right now, we love you. Keep following. Come buy some merch. Now let's get depressing as fuck.
Let's fucking do this shit.
So this week, Billy, do you want to do the ad read?
Actually, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Before we get into this depressing shit, AgKnocks is officially...
Nope.
Oh, wait, no,
Wrong one.
Shit. All right, here we go. There we go. There we go. If you're still recovering emotionally from that Texas v. Texas A&M game, you might be experiencing what some called battered Aggie syndrome. While we can't change the scoreboard, BetterHelp is here to help you handle everything that comes with being an Aggie fan. BetterHelp connects you with licensed therapists online so you can talk through the frustration, the hope, and yes, even the rivalry heartbreak. Get the support you need right from home. Visit BetterHelp. Take the first step toward feeling a little more balanced no matter what happens next Saturday. How the fuck did we set up a sponsorship that fast with BetterHelp?
Why are you crying while you read?
I didn't know who the sponsor was, bro. It's organic.
Yeah.
I do know these before I read them.
We BetterHelp reached out after they saw that I had eaten an entire Baja Blast pie by myself the day after the Aggies lost.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. Do we want to talk? Like, let's talk through the game before our reactions to the game. Let's go through the game. Let's do it. Let's just kind of do this quickly. I can't do this for too long.
It's not going to be like a deep dive. Like this was for me personally. And fuck you if you're a Texas fan watching this. You're sick. You're disgusting. But this was a top 3 lock for me. Up there with the Super Bowl, up there with the UNC buzzer beater Villanova that I attended.
So number 1, A&M relevant loss is what you're saying.
I would say so. This one hurt me to my core. And I don't know, man. I just kind of sat there and I felt it. I felt it for a long time the day after that night. It just sucked. Let's talk about it. So before the game, and I wanted this to be a positive thing, but I DM'd Tyler White. We put out that clip about not kicking to nibble it, and I talked to Tyler White, and he acknowledged it. And then they came out and they didn't kick to nibble it, and they had a good game plan special teams wise. I commend them for that. I think that we approached the game schematically and strategically the right way. We got out toughed and out physical in the second half. So we start the game, defensive struggle. We finally get on a roll. Marcel, the turf monster, eats him up, twists his ankle. It basically changes the entire trajectory of the game because it felt like we were going to score a touchdown on that drive.
I do think, like, I want to pause there because that was such a huge moment. Everyone was like, oh my God, we're fucked. This is insane. Rivalry game is ruined. Texas fans were caping. Oh my God, I would hate to see this happen. That would be so terrible. Shut the fuck up. You were celebrating, I'm sure. If you're a Texas fan, like you said, you're sick. You're a sick, twisted individual watching this. I would say, what if Marcel genuinely was impacted by the ankle injury? Let's keep going through it, and we'll discuss that at the end. Sorry.
He for sure was, and that's one of those injuries where adrenaline will hold you up for the time
until the second half, perhaps.
Right, and then you sit on it at halftime, and not good. So that sucked. And then, of course, right after Miles O'Neill comes in, they don't trust him to throw the ball down the field. They like run a little sweep play or whatever. They get stopped. And then Zirkle comes in. We all kind of knew that he was going to miss. It was just a matter of how. It just gets hilariously stuffed. And we're like, fuck, that's the type of game this is going to be. This is a drive that it looked like we were going to easily score a touchdown on, start rolling. Field goal gets blocked. They go down, kick a field goal. Marcelo actually comes back in, only missing one play. CC has the punt return, and then the end-around touchdown, which got us rolling. It felt like we were going to kind of take off from there, dominate that game, and it was just a matter of time. Because we had a couple of those games like Mississippi State where we started offensively slow, but then we got going. And everybody has felt this and known this all year in the second half. We've been a second half team. We've adjusted so well. So if you're up going into halftime and that graphic came up, Mike Elko's 15-0 when leading at halftime.
Of course I had a fucking graphic ready to go for that.
Dude, I hated the A&M to SEC championship graphic constantly up the entire game, just relentlessly up. It was like, just like a giant, like, you're going to choke this away. Like,
this is what you're about to
look this in the face every time you look at the clock or the scoreboard.
It's like that, like, Geico commercial where it's like the old man with the dollar on the fishing pole, and he's like, "You got to be faster than that."
So we end the half with the Tyler Onyedem gets a sack, just absolutely obliterates Arch, and it's like we are feeling good. Marcel hurt ankle, offense not looking great, but we're up 7 after not playing that well.
And we get ball coming out of half.
Get ball coming out of half, double up, go down and score. And no, we go 3 and out. 2 3 and outs back to back to start the half. I think every time we got down in an area where we had an important third down or we were in the red zone or field goal range, we would get a false start or a holding. Ruben Owens, the turf destroyed us all game. Turf is the Texas MVP. Hurts Marcel, hurts ABR, and then Ruben Owens was just slipping on. There were so many plays where if he kept his feet, it would have been another 20 yards, or on 3rd and 3, it would have been another 2 yards. And it was literally the difference in us punting on possessions and not him falling over. They go on a 17-0 run. I just wrote, why is this happening? The next thing that happened, there we have that 3rd and 20.
Wait. Was the 4th and 1 like at our 30 in the midst of that 17-0 run or no?
I would have to pull it up.
Okay.
I don't have the exact thing in front of me.
Because I do think that was a key play, though. Like, I didn't love our formation that we had, but that was literally the moment that we had talked about. Start? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a key moment for us where it was, like, going to be redemption for all of the ass last year. 4th and 1, can we run it up the middle and make a play? And false start totally cooks it. I mean, part of me thinks if that play goes the other way, we get a chance to run the play. Realistically, we probably would have gotten stuffed. But I don't know, man. Part of me thinks that was it. I don't know.
I think, like, if we're being realistic, if we aren't looking at this like fuck Texas, which we are, but if this was just any other team, I would say, like, commend them totally, dude. Their offensive line balled out. They held Cassius in check all game. They opened up running lanes in the second half. I mean, we were vulnerable all year to give up big runs, and we gave up a couple big runs, and that was kind of the difference because they just got – it was like a field possession game. It felt like one of those where it was like, if you get in the right spot, if you punt to the right spot, like, you're going to have a chance to get a field goal on this drive. And they just made a couple plays when we couldn't, and it sucked, and it just hurts, and it was brutal, and fuck. We move on. I don't know what to say.
Just for context, that 5-yard penalty on 4th and 1 was a 13-10 ball game on our 45.
So then,
what are we doing? We're on the 50-yard line. Come on, bro.
So, but that's the thing. There are all these little plays where we hurt ourselves. We slipped. We had a false start. Missed an assignment on a run. And it's just little focus stuff where, yeah, it sucks that it happened, but it's all fixable. And they took advantage. So the game was closer than everyone's acting like it was. We get that 3rd and 20, the face mask, which they were going to, I saw Texas fans saying, like, if this is the turning point, we will have an issue with SEC refs for this face mask forever. It was clearly a face mask. Like, he started grabbing his shoulder and then came across and grabbed the face mask and turned his entire helmet. So we go down and we score a touchdown. EJ Smith was not getting enough carries in this game. I thought it was crazy that they were just, like, only exclusively running Ruben. He runs in the touchdown. It's 2017 with 9 minutes left. Okay? This is where we got fucked. We kick it off, right? And we kick it off, and I think we tackled them on, like, the 15-yard line, and then a flag comes out. And they originally called the flag on them for an illegal block. So we thought that they were going to start their drive down or up by 3 with 9 minutes left on their own 7-yard line. Instead, they start on the 35. So they're 2 plays away from field goal range. Flip the entire field. Obviously, after that, Arch gets the 35-yard rushing touchdown up the middle. And then it's just over from there. 24-7.
For the record, the other thing you have to look at, though, we had them in 3rd and 8 on the 40.
Yeah.
Cassius Howell offside. Beautiful. Just absolutely shoot yourself in the foot, like shit the bedtime. To be honest, a lot of it, and I don't really know I don't think anything's going to solve it except for winning the game. But it feels like there's almost too much pressure on this game for the players that they're all pressing and trying to be like the guy who makes the play instead of just literally doing your job. Like that's where and I do think that will play well for us when we get to a Notre Dame or we get to a playoff type game of, okay, it's just a regular opponent. Like, let's everybody relax. Let's just play it like it's a regular game. I feel like Texas had that mentality of like, shit, we don't really have anything to lose here. Let's just go play. And like, yeah, we can run the ball and like Arch, try not to shit your pants if you can and make a play. And that was the difference between us being the perfect seasons on the line. If I don't beat my guy and get a sack here, then like we're fucked. That's exactly what it looked like.
Don't let any UT fans like say it differently. That game was absolutely their Super Bowl. They came out, they wanted blood immediately. It was their last chance to play somebody worth a fucking damn before they had to see a public execution of the Oreo fucking Pop-Tart. Going past that, can I get into a rant, Jack? Am I allowed to do that? Can I go?
Permission granted.
Excellent work. So the first 7 quarters that Colin Klein has been the offensive coordinator for Texas A&M against their number 1 rival, Texas, he's put up 7 total points. Now, everybody on the outside, Colin Klein looks absolutely sweet when it comes to a spreadsheet or when it comes to on paper. When it comes to in-game clutch situations or in-game against rivals, he's terrible. Here's the fact of the matter. Colin Klein needs 200 yards rushing in order to win a game with the offense. That has to happen. I don't know if y'all noticed this at all. We could have established the running game. I don't know if we did. We didn't because we didn't think we could, or we just stopped calling EJ Smith's number or what the hell we were doing. But there was no way we were going to get to that 200-yard threshold that keeps our offense in games without making Martell throw too much, which is what leads to the interceptions, especially late in the game when we're desperate. I'm blaming that game 100% on Colin Klein, just like I'll blame the last loss to Texas 100% on Colin Klein. Here we are 2 years in a row. I'm hesitant to give him a third try to beat them. I hope he accepts a head coaching job.
He's not going to.
First 8 plays, we ran the ball with a running back 1 time. That should tell you everything about what the game plan was. How is that in your script? That's a horrible script. What the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I still haven't, like, Tony Catalina, if you're watching this, please post something, because they're in the first half, pretty much the entire game. Towards the end of the game, they started getting a little bit more of a rush on Marcel, but our O-line was pretty perfect in pass protection, and Marcel was just sitting back there like 7-8 seconds to throw, and there's nothing open downfield. And all year long, when we have time to throw, we make plays with ABR, KCC, and Craver. I don't know if Marcel was hesitant to throw downfield, or if they had locked things up or gave us weird looks, or if there was like a nervousness there. But it just felt like he was kind of unwilling to push the ball when there were opportunities to do it. I don't really know. I want to see the all-22.
He genuinely just didn't look comfortable. Wouldn't say he looked great before the ankle injury, but to me, and I don't even know if that's an excuse really, like he definitely it didn't really look like it affected him. It looked like they felt the pressure. And one of our buddies always says is playing golf of like certain people, everybody can chase the lead, no problem. But certain people can't play with the lead. They don't have like the confidence, like the stones to play from the front and essentially run it themselves, where it looked like we felt the pressure in the second half to extend the lead and like, oh shit, we're actually winning. This is unbelievable. And fumbled, not necessarily literally, but like just fumbled or folded under pressure in that regard. And then when it became the other way, we shit down our leg. So we really couldn't chase or play with the lead in the second half. It's a mental thing. We're a better team than them.
But
I have
it's
no
a
doubt.
tough pill to swallow. It felt like Elko had everybody ready for every game, every tough road game up until this point. And they just kind of, I mean, they didn't even shit the bed. They had a bad half. They had a really bad half, but they had a bad half. And we don't know if Marcel's ankle was right or what. And to be honest, I know it sounds like bitching and excuses, and they didn't have Anthony Hill. But if we had Le'Veon in this game, it makes a huge, huge difference. It really does.
I got to speak on that though. Okay. Their top 2 linebackers are out for the first half only. Why do we come out running the ball 1 of 8 of our first plays? That is so idiotic. The plan should have been establish a run in the first half without their better linebackers. And then second half, sure, if you need to throw it, great. If we can't establish it, we can't run it the same way because they've got better players in, great. You have to, it's just, to me, it looks like getting too cute and trying to outsmart. Oh, they're going to think we're going to try to establish a run. Watch this. And like, try to like double jeopardy themselves. It's just fucking stupid.
It was almost like we were holding back, like running our full gambit of plays for the playoffs. And I don't want to excuse retardation from Colin Klein, but there's an aspect of this, and this is kind of what I want to talk about next anyways, because it's a good conspiracy theory, and you're going to love this, Tom. But
Excellent.
like, Elko is a very smart guy. He sees the big picture, right? If they're confident in the team and the way that things are going, what's so wrong with getting a triple bye, going into a home playoff game in Kyle Field against what should have been an inferior opponent? We still don't know, but you got to win games in the playoffs against tough teams anyway. You have all the money coming to College Station for that week instead of basically trading to the SEC title game, which is essentially, I mean, it's a trophy game, but it's essentially meaningless. Both of
It's
these
not
games,
meaningless. It's not a meaningless game, dude.
but no, it's not. But big picture, if our goal is national championships, which it should be, it is.
I agree.
I mean,
it's an emotional take, dude. It's an emotional take to come out and be like, nothing else matters except that you beat Texas. Obviously, that's retarded as fuck. That is Colin Klein level, like, brain activity to say that.
No, but I don't agree with that, dude. I talked to an Ohio State fan at the bar Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, and I thought it was so ridiculous that he said, dude, if we win the national championship, it honestly means significantly less and like is not that great if we don't beat Michigan that year. Like, it devalues the whole season. And I thought it was insane when I heard it. But if we were to go on and win, like, I would still be like, I mean,
yeah,
it was sick, but like,
they were the only ones who beat us. Weird little bro forever. Yeah, 100%. That would suck, but we would still win a national championship, which is all that matters at the end of the day. But I hear you. I understand. This is the world that we live in now, so we have to think about it that way. I still think that Ohio State fans, they have the luxury to lean on several national championships and past winning and actually being a good program to say things like that. We don't.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I guess if you won like 5 national championships since 2000, it's like no big deal.
They're probably numb to it. They're probably like, fuck everything else. Just beat them. I don't care.
Okay, we'll like wrap it up with some thoughts. I have a bunch of notes I wrote down that I haven't looked at since the game, so I'm just gonna read them without like filtering it all. So first take, Elko's got to find a way to keep this locker room together, get everybody healthy, win the first playoff game. We can agree on that.
I think that's what we're paying Elko for. That's what the extension is for. He has to earn it. I think the playoff game means so much, and it should be against someone like Notre Dame. Like, we shouldn't be like, oh, thank God. Like, imagine if we beat a fucking UNT and then get spanked by Indiana. That would be even worse. Genuinely, that would suck.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, you're even more frauds. They gave you a free pass in the CFP and you still shit the bed. Like, I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing that we play a real team in the first round. But I prefer that we hadn't already played them this year. Yes, but like, yeah, that's what Elko's here for. He's got to earn it now.
That's common sense.
Second take. We got outcoached, outplayed, and out-toughed. It's embarrassing. I can't believe the chips fell this way. It's a cruel joke by the universe. I want to die.
I second that. Impressive first half, I won't lie, but Texas did what we usually do to teams in the second half to us. We really couldn't get our footing at all. We just were outmanned, outplanned, and outgunned. Like, we didn't stand a chance. We made Arch Manning look like an All-American. Only other people to ever do that were 5'7" fat kids from Southern Louisiana. So we're in a rare class of people with that one. And I'll leave it at that.
Is it concerning that it feels like Elko got way outcoached in both of these
I don't think he
games?
got outcoached. I think offensively we got outcoached, and I think defensively they exposed the weakness that we always had. And like the reason that hasn't shown through, I'm going to pull up the Auburn game. I think the reason that hasn't shown through is because our offense has been so successful that people have had to throw it. Like it hasn't been a game where you can wear people down and run the ball. Like
Exactly. We're always playing ahead in a certain sense. And yeah, I don't think Elko was really outcoached all that much. I think again, like blaming Klein for last year's loss, that's totally valid. And I think you blame Klein again for this year's loss. I mean, I'm talking 100% blame. It is possible, especially in this case, because again, the first 8 plays, we ran the ball one time. Anthony Hill is not in the game. Common sense did not prevail.
Yeah, I think it's inexcusable that we didn't score more points against that team after Arkansas did. All right, another one. It was their Super Bowl, and it sucks that we're a laughing stock. It's a rivalry game. These things happen. The takes are insane, but hopefully it's going to wash over soon. It's because everybody was watching this game.
Just win.
Yeah, I mean, I think a win at Notre Dame cures everything. Of just truly like, yeah, that was a crazy, fluky rivalry game. Whatever. Move on. Congrats on your trophy and watching the fucking whatever Intuit Bowl.
This might affect our mentality for years, knowing that nothing matters unless you beat Texas in the very last game of the season. Sucks.
The one thing that I hate is that if this was really the game that woke us up, we had that comeback against South Carolina. We're feeling really, really good about it. That was an emotional win. We're exhausted. We lose against Texas after blowing Samford out. That's not even a game, right? We lose against Texas. Now it's a real wake-up call. We go out. We beat Notre Dame in the first round of the playoffs in Kyle Field. We go on. We scorch Indiana because it's a fucking powder puff football team. We go on in the national championship and, we give Ohio State a great game, win or lose. The thing that's going to fucking suck is those pompous elite asshole fans that the University of Texas has, they're going to say, hey, we beat you though. I think that's just going to weigh the heaviest.
We can't let that.
I think it's I don't know if we have this issue with rivals or whatever, but when we first started playing LSU as our rival in the SEC, we lost 6 years in a row. 6 years in a row. Super sick. Like, I don't think I could handle 4 more years of this.
We'd die.
But you never know. Maybe times will change.
I think we just
Probably
need
not.
to chalk it up as a loss and just win 11 games every year and then hope that it doesn't ruin our season.
Yeah. I mean, it took the 7 overtime game for us to break the 6-year streak also, which is crazy.
Yeah. So obviously there's the Ohio State-Michigan comparison from last year. When that game happened, everybody said Ohio State was fucked. They were going to fire Ryan Day. I know that we're not Ohio State. And that's everyone's comment is the same, saying you can't compare yourself to Ohio State. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the fact that we are going to have the perception that we're buried and we're fucked and we're frauds and we got figured out. Guess what? You get 3 weeks off. You get healthy. You get Le'Veon back. You get Scooby back. You get right. And this is why I think whoever we play in that first round, hopefully it is a good team. Because if we win that game in that first round, every team in the that had a bye last year lost and got blown out in that round. So we have that going for us. And I think that if we win that first game, if it's against a good team, we will be national championship bound. Because I think we're going to beat Indiana. If we beat that first game, I think we're going to beat Indiana.
I agree. I think if we win the first game, you make it all the way. Dude, all right. Indiana is not a real team, okay? They are.
Won't do too much because then
Their
we're going
average.
to
If you look at these guys' average size, it's 6'1", 213. What in the fuck? No way that is the number 2 team or number 3 team, whatever school that they are. There's no way. They're going to go get rolled by Ohio State. And the thing that sucks is that they're not going to it's really not going to affect them in the rankings when they should be just eliminated from the playoffs at all. But it's good for us because if we are in that side of the bracket, let's have a good hard-fought game against somebody who actually deserves to be in the playoffs. Let's go roll Indiana and have a cakewalk to the championship. That's fine with me.
Let's just put this out there. If Ohio State doesn't beat Indiana by more than 14 points, they're frauds. I'm just saying that. Indiana's ass. I think Ohio State are frauds as well. I think they played a terrible Michigan team.
So
Julian
who's good?
Sand sucks. He's bad. He looks like a freshman, whatever sophomore QB. Their defense is unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, and their defense like basically wins games exclusively for them. But saying ass, I'm not moved by that, bro.
Yeah. So what defines a successful season for the Aggies now?
One playoff win against a good team, whether that's in the first or second round.
Championship appearance.
Shut the fuck up.
No, nerd.
What the just playoffs?
Lanestein.
If Sarkisian stays in Austin, that's gonna be a fucking problem. Like, we have all these other teams that are gonna be back on the rise again. The SEC is not gonna be as bad as it ever. It's never gonna be this bad again, bro. So I say championship appearance, just because we're gonna look back on this season. It's gonna be, one of the seasons where like this was our best shot to win it in the next 10 years. Not to
Yeah.
say we won't be able to, but this is gonna be the best shot we have in the next 10 years. Guaranteed.
That sucks. You have no idea. I totally disagree. We paid Elko to go in and compete with those coaches. He did this year. I think we would match up well with Bama. Do I think we would beat Georgia? I think we'd have a chance. I mean,
Dude, Texas is out of the CFP at 9-3. The SEC is only gonna get better after this year.
no, I understand that. But like, you got to, if you're going to win a national championship, you have to beat everyone. That's just how it goes. Like, it's not like,
I'm just saying that we're gonna look back on this, and this is gonna be the best year to do it. So it might as well at least make it all the way to the dance.
I
bitch.
wouldn't consider it an unsuccessful year if we lose in a semifinal.
I understand
I
what
think
Tom
semifinal should be the good goal.
I understand what Tom's saying because just being in the SEC, it's like luck of the draw with how your schedule goes, and if you catch them on the right days. Because we're seeing it now, the committee, it doesn't matter. It's just whatever they feel like, dude. It's crazy. And you have these built-in Big 12 teams and Big 10 teams that are automatic bids because of their name and because they're only going to lose one or two games.
Dude,
So as an
guaranteed,
SEC team, you're at a disadvantage.
guaranteed next year, Penn State will be included in the first round of playoff rankings. Guaranteed. They might have 2 losses, they might have 1. Guaranteed lock to appear.
They don't even have a coach yet.
Bro.
That's the craziest take of all time.
So, couple positive spins on this that I also have. Could this be the last checkbox for the BAS, the battered Aggie syndrome, bouncing back from a loss instead of just beating Texas and playing an SEC title? We needed to bounce back from a loss because that's something that the Aggies haven't done. In past years, when they lose, they crumble. When they lose, it's because they got figured out and they got exposed. And after that, they just shit themselves. So it's our opportunity with all these things that Elko's done this year that have been different and that have defeated BAS. It's the same. It aligns. It's, can you bounce back from a loss where it looks like you got exposed in front of everyone?
We're still 11-4.
11-4 till we win 12. That's the line. That's what we were missing at the beginning there.
Do you think we needed a humbling before
We,
the play?
I think we needed a humbling. Yes.
100%.
Did we think that was a South Carolina game? I feel like we almost got rewarded for that. Like, that was the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see fucking Marcel mode anywhere ever again. Shut the fuck
for
up
real.
with that.
Yeah, get that cringe shit out of here, Texas A&M University. Literally just giving other people ammunition to make fun of you. Like, it's fucking every year you pull some bullshit. Stop. We have a shot to win something. Cut the queer shit. Cut the cringe shit. Fuck off.
I think it's just, let's get out of our own way here if we can. I mean,
Quick side note, it's been crazy how the like us saying that it was their Super Bowl just like took off so hard, and it's like the easiest rage bait for Texas fans. If you just say it's their Super Bowl, they come in droves, dude. So yeah, I mean, look, that loss was as painful as it gets. We had to go touch grass. We had to go work out, feel the sunshine, like eat healthy, all the stuff. Like you had to figure it out after that game to get your life together. Thank God it's Thanksgiving and we have the time to recover. Like that's honestly nice built in because that
No,
depression for a loss. What?
I think it was worse. We had way too much free time. I had 3 full days to wallow in that versus like it's like, oh, Sunday there's NFL football on, whatever. I don't really care. I'll just not think about it. And then Monday is work. It's
I
like,
Dude,
don't
yeah,
think you can function at work the day after that loss.
I fasted on Sunday. I fasted because I was just kind of like overstimulated emotionally from football. Like I took Sunday off from watching football the whole day.
that's pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I did it willingly too. I didn't have any plans. Didn't have any
Only
plans
students
at
do it.
all. Just didn't watch it.
It's gonna it's gonna speak volumes how this team can bounce back because it either goes one of two ways, right? It's either we bounce back and the culture's strong and we didn't get exposed and we're going to the quarterfinal, or we got exposed and we're frauds and we extended Elko and Marcel sucks and all that stuff.
Isn't it absolutely terrifying?
Yeah.
Isn't it just mortifying knowing you extended this guy and then you went and lost to a winning record team and then you got the
Dude, I was talking to my buddy at work. Sorry. I was talking to my buddy at work when we were like 7-0. And I think the thing we were saying is like, dude, the scariest thing is that like exactly what we're talking about. We could be going into Texas 11-0, right? That like we could self roast, a little bit of a self own here. We haven't played meaningful football in forever. Since, in theory, sure, the Texas game last year, but it was more meaningful because it was rivalry. Like, I don't think any of us thought we were really going to make any noise in the SEC championship last year. Maybe, maybe not. It was premature. But, like, this is why you watch the games, to play meaningful football and live on the fucking edge of, yeah, let's go battle Notre Dame for a spot. I can't call it the quarterfinal. That's so European soccer sounding. Like, why are we not Elite Eight Final Four? What are we doing with this?
What it is.
dude,
Yeah.
you know what? You know what else?
Quarterfinal. Hey, we've got a quarterfinal with Texas A&M.
You know what else? You know other like gay European shit they did? They took it away from it's 2-minute warning, not 2-minute timeout. Dude, that's ridiculous.
NFL must have copyrighted 2-minute warning, I would guess.
Which is insane. Which is even more insane than 2-minute timeout.
Can I ask one thing about the clock before we move on? Am I insane? I thought they're supposed to stop in what time frame did they stop the clock to move the sticks?
I got you. All right, so it's within 2 minutes going into halftime or the end of the game. So that rule changed, I believe,
Only
2
2
years
minutes
ago.
though? It's not 5 minutes?
No. I believe that rule changed 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was
but based off of what you're saying, I think pressure is a privilege, 100%. Like, if you told us we'd be in this spot last year at this time when we were going to the fucking Las Vegas Bowl and we were miserable, we didn't know if Elko was going to be considered the guy. I think we're a year ahead of time, and that was partially because of our schedule, the way things broke. We played good football this year.
Our schedule was not bad. And then, like, stop. The schedule stuff is bullshit.
Well,
We
just
played an SEC schedule.
because we avoided Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama. That's why. I'm just saying. I'm not feeding into that. It's just part of it. Because next year it's going to be harder. We have a 9-game SEC schedule going forward. It's going to be harder. So
It goes back to what I said earlier, bro. You're just saying I'm right. Thank you, AgKnocks.
yeah. Look, it's a privilege to be at this point. We can't be too upset with the situation, but the pressure is immense because if we lose, not a good look. But if we win, everything was worth it, and we roll from there. And maybe we are who we thought we were.
Who are we, bro?
I don't think any of us know yet, to be honest.
I'm scared to say. I'm terrified to say, actually.
Oh my God, Duke just made a 3 to go up by 1 against Florida. Oh, they got a fucking steal.
I think we said all we can say about Texas.
Yeah. Let's just move on. So quickly, Lane Kiffin officially to LSU literally broke this news. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, this isn't getting picked up by like national media outlets. We fucking said it first. We said it a week ago, bro. Like, it's crazy.
I mean, I guess it wasn't set in stone when we said it. It still needed 2 signatures, but
But
it
we
was
knew.
basically done.
Crazy, bro.
Should we
AgKnocks
put
is
a
here.
number in years behind it? And they I feel like we easily could have guessed like 7 years, 90 million.
For real.
Yeah. So the Lanestein stuff is hilarious. Just posting screenshots of him texting girls and buying drugs and all the stuff.
Is he not married? The bag was definitely fake, bro. Ring bag. That's definitely fake.
No
that's the thing.
Your old man is texting like that.
I could see him texting like that. I do know, like, our my wife's cousin's girlfriend, and that
Hey,
sounds
yo.
crazy when you say it out
Hey,
loud.
yo.
She ran circle in Ole Miss with these sorority girls, and one of them was having sexual relations with Lane Kiffin at one point, and they did show us texts from him, and he does text like a teenage girl, and he was like begging for her to come back after she like started ghosting him. It was bad. So I kind of believe a lot of it. He has a lot of plausible deniability, at least at home, but I don't think he cares because he's making $100 million.
I mean, his like yoga thing is like feeling pervier by the minute. Like it's definitely that's like definitely where he goes to like meet chicks from
For
campus. He's like,
real.
what? Like I just like yoga. Like it's my weekly tradition. It's like, bro, you are like there to like prey on college age women. Like,
Did you see
please.
the comments that was like, "I'm really gonna miss him rolling marbles at all the other classmates in there while they're in the middle of their workout," like, or "I'm really gonna miss him like just doing some weird shit, dude, just doing some attention-seeking shit, like working on his back stands in the back, like while everybody else is doing something different." I don't even know what
Sounds like
back stand is.
your own personal experience, bro.
Bro, like he's making 100 million going to fucking core power. What are we talking about? Like you can either pay someone to come and do yoga with you individually, or you can go to an actually nice gym, or I don't know, dude. Just like it's weird that he's going to the local campus yoga studio once a week to like, I mean, honestly, to a certain extent, I do respect the game. Like there's a certain like, I mean, yeah, the chicks in yoga are probably going to be hot, especially in like the ones in a college town, sure. But like, you're 50, bro. It's time to hang it up. I fear.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
dude.
It would be
I don't
if he was not a if he was not the football coach, it would be fucking weird. I might respect his game, but like, bro, if you were a regular 50-year-old man going to core power and we're like, oh, can you help me with this? Like that's the hello human resources meme to a T. Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely, dude. It's the recreation of the motorcycle Petrino motorcycle.
I think he's just used to getting whatever he wants, and $100 million and being the governor of Louisiana is basically begging you to come in, closing down children's hospitals for you to coach their football team. You've basically transcended God. Like NFL coaches don't even get that treatment where they live. It's insane.
Belichick never even got a thank you from Boston. They were just like, fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, dude, and you know what's fucked up is those parents of like the dying kids in the hospitals that get shut down. They're like, actually,
Worth
it's
it.
fine. It's fine.
I need to see LSU. You can't be getting spanked in Death Valley again.
I ain't been happy since Burrow.
What would you give up for a national championship in LSU?
Dude, honestly, the Oklahoma LSU game made like that win feel so fraudulent. I was like, bro, they're not even fucking trying anymore. Like, this is pathetic.
No, they're not.
That was
It's
just
stupid.
gross.
Dude, how many people at LSU do you think like said they would give up their firstborn for another national championship? And now some of them might be faced with that in reality.
I don't know, bro. I think some of them may be inbred. Do you think the devil wants that?
Keep moving. I think Florida, is it official that they hired Summerall? Is that finalized?
Yeah. I honestly have not been tracking all of the hires. I think that is one of them though. We'll talk
I
about
thought
it.
that was
more.
Florida, they hired the Tulane coach. Tulane is going to let him coach their potential playoff game, their whatever conference they're in championship game, and then potentially a playoff game. A little bit questionable. I think literally Ole Miss signed a deal or like begged the college football playoff to not drop them because they're going to get their offensive coordinator back, which is an insane vibe. to be like, sorry boys, I dipped on y'all, but like I guess I'll come back and call plays. Ole Miss is gonna get fucking fried in the first round by whoever they play, even if it's like UNT or Tulane. I'm
I
not.
mean, they're talented. I wonder how much of Ole Miss's roster is going to go to LSU, and he's using those like encrypted texting apps to like text the quarterback like he does with the girls in the college towns.
Dude, it's just where that he left. He like physically left, went to Louisiana, bounced on the whole squad, and then was like, shit, yeah, I guess I should coach the game. Like, let me come back. Just the offensive coordinator, though. Don't drop us in the rankings, please.
Yeah.
Slimy.
All right, quickly, Heisman shit's over. Like, congratulations, Shrek, for the worst Heisman of all time. Who fucking cares? We won our buckets of the week parlay with Marcel over 30.5 rushing yards in like the first quarter, and Pickens had like 76 receiving yards. So great. Buckets of the week, final results for the season.
No, no, it's not final. I'm sorry.
Final.
No.
I should be at least tied with Cow Dog.
Wait, you just changed the number.
I'm 3-8. I pushed on a 2 point. That's at least 1 point.
No.
Yes.
It wasn't a tiebreaker. It's over. Yeah, I'm sorry, Billy. You are in last place 2 years in a row.
That's okay.
Damn.
We're just giving away over under like picks. It's just complete bullshit.
That was
It's just
Tom. Not
unfortunately the
lost that
integrity
under.
doesn't matter. The integrity of the competition is ruined. So
All right.
maybe we'll just go back to Billy's buckets. I was way better.
Next season, we're gonna roll out like some hard ground rules.
okay. So we all
we
lost.
had that.
Only
We had
I
that
will
this
be
year.
able to like okay editing them.
Yeah, we definitely had
Okay.
that this year until it was changed. But yes, fair enough.
Okay, so I finished in first place. Shrek was second place. Tom third. Cowdog fourth, and Billy was last 2 years in a row. So I claimed victory. That's my second buckets championship.
Bro, you did not win last year. Get the fuck
I
out of
won
here.
2 years ago.
Bro, that shit
I
doesn't
was
count.
last place. I went first to worst to first.
Fuck, we had like 23 listeners 2 years ago. Fuck all, that doesn't count.
It still counts. It's still there.
You
And you can go back.
season, bro.
You could listen. You go back to our old shows, and you can listen to me talking about Drake May when he first played at UNC, and you guys were all like, "Oh, shut the fuck up, Drake."
You can also hear him talk about Bryce Young being good.
Another thing, that's a good point. You can go back and listen to that. So let's go to Cringe Fest. You got anything? I don't have anything.
I think the main thing is like it's extremely cringe. It's the worst. The like, well, if that's how they're going to treat us for scheduling Ohio State, then we're going to cancel the game next year. Literally cry me a fucking river. Hilarious to watch. They're going to absolutely squeal and squirm the whole time. And I'm sure they are genuinely, if there's ever a school petty enough to cancel all of their out-of-conference games that are with any relevant team, it is Texas. Absolutely. I hope they do. I think it would be hilarious. And I hope they get left out of a future playoff for losing fucking 2 SEC games and beating cupcakes. And it would be chef's kiss. Beautiful. Oh my God, you should have played probably a bad Notre Dame team or a bad Michigan team, whatever, right? Like, just hilarious. Kirk Herbstreit's already on the case for them too.
I just thought about this. Like, it's hilarious. The fact that we beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame was like our biggest win on our schedule and like propelled us forward. So you could argue that us scheduling that marquee non-conference matchup really did help our standing.
Oh, 100%. 100%, dude. I don't know if we'd be in the playoff if we didn't schedule that game.
That's a genuine question though. Like, I don't understand how we could possibly be lower. If we were 11-1 and we hadn't played Notre Dame and still everything else was the same, we played whatever, some random school beat them 60-0. Would we still be in the playoff at 11-1? I think we would have to be, but I think we would like somehow they'd be like, oh, well, you guys are probably at number 10. Like, who knows? It's just ridiculous. But I think that's more a testament to the bias that they have against A&M more than it is necessarily like the devaluing of out-of-conference games.
You know, it's also
I think
crazy?
a different logo would have dropped to 6 or 5 or 6.
Yeah. It's also crazy that Texas fans were in the comments, like, this was a regular occurrence that they were saying, like, if we said it was their Super Bowl, they were like, "Get it right. It's not called a Super Bowl. It's a national championship." Just like, God.
I don't know if I have anything else for Cringe Fest. I think that's literally been the only thing on my feed. I guess the Lane Steen thing is kind of a Cringe Fest as well, but we already respected his game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about this. What about am I glitching out? No, okay, we're good. What if we did a blackout for the playoff game? Would we do that?
No, I feel like for a playoff game, you have to just let it ride.
And also, like, that jersey is gonna have a whole ass patch and the whole deal.
That would be
Guarantee
sick.
we roll out with maroon helmet, maroon jersey, white pants.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Yep.
Feels like whenever we wear maroon pants, we play like shit.
Dude, no, I want them to stop wearing that shitty ass uniform.
Yeah.
You can't copy Texas's all white though. Everyone knows that. You can't do that.
They invented the color white, bro. It's crazy.
Let's move to what's cooking. I made a dank ass like jalapeno seasoned turkey on the smoker. It came out so good. It was so juicy and flavorful and tender.
Tom, you weren't there, but at the Friendsgiving, we talked about AgKnocks' inability to describe food like normally. To just be like, oh, like it's like everyone at the Friendsgiving in the doc put like green bean casserole, like mashed potatoes, and AgJack put like honey, like pecan smoked, like broiled sticky buns or something fucking
He
ridiculous.
has to let everybody know what exactly it is and what work is going into.
What was it,
Yeah,
like
and
brown
guess
butter
what?
cinnamon pecan sticky buns or something?
Yeah,
Smoked
and then
sticky buns.
everyone it was like everyone's favorite dessert, and they were like,
It's
"Damn, I
literally
wonder
just
what."
like Hawaiian rolls with like brown sugar butter
It
melted on
was
top.
it was very good. Don't get me wrong, but the 7 like prepositions before it was extremely unnecessary.
It was too much. I don't remember why I wrote that in there, but I
You
do
just hit me
admit
with
that
it again. You just hit me with a jalapeno spiced smoked turkey
well,
breast.
because I'm just telling you there are levels to the shit. I can't just be like, "I smoked a turkey," like, it was phenomenal, and it was also whiskey glazed. Mm,
There it is,
Damn.
jalapeno spice whiskey glazed smoked turkey breast
yes.
Fuck.
for Thanksgiving. Wow,
It was
lovely.
phenomenal. Yeah, everyone was
Dude,
screaming over it.
I will raise you, Ag Jack, because I made the greatest dish I've ever made in my life.
Okay.
I made a gumbo dish and I used reduced turkey fat instead of oil for the roux. And literally, people were like stopping other people from what they were doing in order to have them try it. It was a big hit. We didn't have any leftovers of it. Flew off the counter.
Damn. Damn. So I'd
And
be
then,
taking a bite and somebody would be like, yo, put that shit down. Did you try this gumbo?
yeah, no, people were like coming up to me and being like, "Do you have any more of that?"
Damn.
And also made a barbecue chicken, not barbecue, but a buffalo chicken dip. Super easy to make. It's a super easy dish. I feel like it's like super underrated too. That was gone within 15 minutes. So
Bro, it's timing. That's crazy. I don't have anything notable for my Thanksgiving food. My upcoming food, A&M has ruined my plan completely, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I am going to India this weekend for the entire
Mm.
next week for work and was gonna watch the SEC championship living like an absolute fucking Middle Eastern king in Dubai in the Emirates lounge. Now a clown. I will probably just cry and fucking I don't know, but I will be eating hella Indian food. So pray for me, my butthole more specifically.
what you
Yeah,
eating that H1B shit for?
Hey,
my
bro.
entire I have a non-consequential football weekend, Panthers on bye, no SEC title. I could not watch any football this weekend and be totally fine, I feel like.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know.
Do the worst. Texans Chiefs Sunday night football is on at 7 a.m. on Monday. Gonna be
Kinda
tough.
cool.
I'm gonna try to say I overslept and watch the game and be like, "Oh, I couldn't make it in. Like I just had to. I
You're like, "Oh,
overslept."
I slipped in a pile of shit on my way in and rolled around and then almost drowned."
No,
Oh, yeah, it's a regular occurrence.
I ordered some probiotics and accidentally sent them to my in-laws' house. We'll see if they will take effect in time. By the time I actually get them.
You actually have
Prayers
to
up.
get probiotics to go to India?
Dude, they say it helps. Probiotics, you have to get like malaria pills and shit, dude. It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard of them.
essentially a third world country that we like import all the time.
Dude, I'm pumped. I'll send pictures. And maybe I'll live tweet from Billy about my India spoils.
Yeah, send some India stuff, dude. And you should take a picture of like your ring, like stacked up on some curry or something.
I'll do it in front of the Burj Khalifa, bro. I'll be like,
Yeah.
yo, let's go.
Yeah,
That shit
dude.
used to hit so hard in
Up
college.
for like flying shit.
Yeah, that'll be on my list for sure. Thanks.
So
Good call.
yeah, it looks like, so let's see the schedule for recording, right? We're gonna have another week where we're basically gonna know the opponent. We're gonna have 2 weeks of knowing the opponent. So like two more shows before we even have our game. Maybe we take a bye week.
I like a bye week next week. I think we need to regroup. And I will not be able to join in India.
We'll see how the chips fall. All right, let's do if that's it, no one's cooking anything else, let's do War Room and wrap this up. This depressing
War
fucking
Room?
terrible.
I think we said biggest heartbreaks or worst experiences were the two options.
What was the second
Let's
one?
Let's go.
Worst experiences. Let me pull this up. It's so funny now because like on Instagram, we'll fucking like screenshot a tweet and it'll get like 10,000 likes overnight, and it's just like, that's dope. And then we post the War Room graphic and it still gets like 7 likes.
Post through it. Really tweet through it. That's the key.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna keep posting this, dude.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna
like
break double
if you
digits
go
in one
through our
day.
Instagram, it's literally like, it's like banger, 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 and then anything podcast related, like 5 likes.
Dude, we've had a couple podcast clips here late that have gone over 50K in terms of views.
If you genuinely enjoy the War Room in any way, shape, or form,
Yeah, let us
just
know.
leave some type of comment. Give us a sign. Anything would be helpful.
Somebody's got to go 1-1 here because we got to give a good experience for the live listeners.
Guarantee I'm gonna get tagged in that Oculus comment where he's gonna be like, just listened, I love War Room.
That's my okay.
Oh, your audio's
Like,
fucked up.
all right, well, you go then.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna go 1-1 is just losing any sports game to a rival. Just the disgusting pit in your stomach that you feel for days on end, especially in a game that matters the most. It's just as joyous to beat a rival, and it feels amazing to beat them. But part of it is that you're expecting that throughout the day. Like, we sat there for the Texas game, waiting for that game. It was like the longest day of my life, waiting for 6:30 p.m. Just thinking about how good it would feel to unload on all my bookmarks and to unload in all the group texts and just to be like 12-0, holy shit. And then part of it is just like the crumble and the feeling and the understanding of like everything you wanted is gone. So yeah.
I think it was meant to be like not really football related, but that's like fair. Why don't you go with something that's not that? Let's just run that back.
It's just sports related.
Okay. You could literally be like, my dog ran away. Like, that's pretty bad experience.
I'm going to say, I'll go second here. I'm going to say getting accidentally hit in the nuts. Like, especially when you're not expecting it.
Why accidentally?
Where it's like, you're like not looking and like somebody's throwing a football to you and like just right in the nuts. That's the worst. Also what the game felt like in a way.
Yeah. Jackhammer to the nutsack.
I'm going to go like spilling something in public.
It's an easy experience of like, everyone's like, God, this fucking idiot, like, can't even control his drink.
Well, it could be drink, it could be popcorn. Honestly, it could be yourself. You're like walking down some steps and you slip a little bit, you recover. Like you didn't fall down, but like you slipped a couple steps. But yeah, you spill your drink on yourself. Maybe you take a bite of your burger and a little bit of lettuce hits your chest and you got mayonnaise and mustard on your chest. You just look like fucking full and it's a bad experience all around.
But yeah. Having like food, like a little like smudge of like a condiment on your face is like the worst thing ever.
Dude, I really think spilling the drink on the table is one of the most embarrassing. It takes like 5 minutes to like live that down.
Dude,
Like
no,
everyone's like,
and also the
"Well, they get
cleaning.
this guy a sippy cup." Well, okay.
God forbid they bring you like a roll of like brown paper towels too, who like negative absorption. So you just have
You like
like
spill it on somebody who like you don't know that well too.
a first date or in front of like your girlfriend's dad for the first time. You're like, this is sick.
Like ruins his shirt. It's like nice.
At somebody's wedding, into the wife's dress, like a brown liquor drink.
Yeah, it's tough.
What's your second pick?
That was a banger. I'm
Um,
not gonna lie. That shit fired me up.
Probably the sound of a Slack message or a Microsoft Teams ping. Just the
Mm.
sound, because 2 things. 1, PTSD. Like, it's like the alarm you put on your phone. That shit's crazy. But second, like, it makes you have to do work.
Mm.
That's just like, who's gonna say work is a good experience? Like,
I would argue it's like when you like think you're like done for the day and you're like about to leave your computer and it's like
dude, God forbid, dude, you know what I've been doing? I've been implementing, like, we're a software company. We need to be thinking new age, like AI. Like, you should not be using Outlook, like, at all. I've been pushing it. If you wanna reach me,
that's
you
What
gotta
would
go
you
my
do instead of Outlook?
yeah, what are you trying to use Gmail?
hell yeah, bro. Over Outlook?
Extremely unserious
You're kidding, bro.
company.
You're dumb as hell.
Unserious company
Of
if you're
course,
using
never mind, I
Gmail.
can't say that.
Yeah. Say it, bro.
All right, Billy,
Can't
you're
get
up
to you
next.
like that, bro.
It's a tough decision. I'm gonna say having to take an actual poop at a bar, where it's like not like a ooh, like I'm gonna take a quick little poop. It's like, oh my God, like I need to find a bathroom and there's like piss all over the floor and seat. And it's like there's like 50 people waiting in line and you're just like dumping in there.
It's
Yeah.
also throw in the fact that it's like a really like a dive bar bathroom. So like the women's restroom or the men's restroom is like also the backup women's restroom. Like and like the door is like the main door to get in.
A little too wide of a gap in the stall door. I'm in here dumping, bro.
Yeah, no, when we were at O'Bannon's, when we went for the Florida game, I went in there to specifically take a shit, and there just wasn't a door, and I was like, "Well, not taking a shit. There's no door."
You took a dump?
No, no, that would be
Uh,
crazy.
Did you guys see the guy who like he was on like some radio show and he was there talking about like how they wipe or something, and he was like, "Bro, y'all don't be catching the dookie with the tissue in your hand." And literally, he would take toilet paper, put it on his hand, catch the shit out of his ass, and then like gently lower it down into the water.
One of the most
He exposed himself in public, like saying that. They
Like,
were
you
like,
don't
"Bro, what
catch
are
a
you?"
shit, bro?
He was like, "Y'all don't be catching it."
They were
They're like,
saying
"What
that
happened to you?" Go ahead.
that was like one of those things in elementary school where like all the kids gang up on you and like tell it to you as a joke to make you think that you're doing something wrong, and he just never like was told otherwise.
It's like one thing that it's like nobody's ever gonna tell you like you're doing that wrong. Like there's no situation where that would be seen where they'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" So, bro probably still catches it to this day, honestly.
This might expose me, but like whatever. When I was playing JV football in like 8th grade, it was like an 8th, ninth grade team, and the ninth graders would like obviously, kind of haze and bully the 8th graders. So group of ninth graders thought it was hilarious to like basically they committed to this bit where they told me that it feels really good to like stick a pencil in your dick, like in your urethra. And
Bro,
obviously I never did it, and I was just totally like I was like, "There's just no way you guys like expect me to do this." But then I went back to school after they did it for like 2 weeks. They were pressing and they were all committed to it and saying, "Oh, it just feels so good to just jam it in there." And I told them I did it, and then they for the rest of the year they just ran with it, saying like telling everyone that I like put a pencil in my dick, and I was like, I did not actually do that, but I feel like that's what happened to that guy.
you did it like a little bit though, right?
Yeah, no, you for sure did, Jack. Knowing you,
Yeah,
know what you didn't.
Once you get past that stinging portion, it just feels amazing.
that's crazy.
Wow.
For my final pick, I'm gonna say like tripping slash rolling your ankle. I'm a serial like ankle roller. Like just like when you're just casually like walking or like you're going like just on a sidewalk and then you just like stumble forward or fall and you have to catch yourself and yeah.
I remember when your pussy ass rolled your ankle moving out.
That was actually a bad one.
He jumped off the back of my truck, I think.
We
That was
fried.
actually like
It was actually
my
like
worst
split
one.
skin, and we just fried you for like weeks.
Yeah, but that was like legitimately like horrible ankle sprain and you guys were just like making fun of me and like I was laying on the couch and my entire ankle like blew up into like a purple balloon. And then you guys were like, "Oh shit, it was actually serious." Fuck you.
I mean, the only other person I know that does it is my wife, and like it's a little dramatic when she does it. To be honest, of like, oh yeah, like you can't walk. Come on, you be alright.
Hey, I was a serial ankle roller for the longest time and I've kind of chilled out. It's been a little bit better, but like, yeah, that sucks.
Fragile ankles, bro. Fragile ankles.
Honorable mentions.
Anything related to the dentist, like any of that shit, the fucking worst.
I'm gonna go coffee shits. Like, say you go to Starbucks and you take a couple sips of your coffee on your way home, and your
It's a butt
body's
spasm.
programmed to like really need to shit in that last 8 minutes of the trek. And like you're sweating in the last 2 minutes. So I'm gonna say that's a pretty bad experience.
Nah,
What about that?
the release of the coffee shit is incredible. God,
No, I agree. It's incredible. I'm just saying the beforehand of like the hustle.
it's edging essentially
Yeah.
when you think about it.
Just let it go, dude. Just let it go down your leg and see what happens. What about we talked about this before, but someone showing you something on their phone, like a video on their phone. Awful.
Like one that's like not funny.
Yeah.
That is
Like
the
an SNL
worst.
and you have to sit there for like 2.5 whole minutes and just be like, yeah.
Like any video, like it has to be so funny for me to like actually laugh out loud. Like I'd much prefer it if you send it to me, that way I could like maybe
Does that
chuckle
mean you don't watch
quietly.
the TikToks I send you, bro?
Yeah, but
Watch most.
at least there's an option then, and then you can give context to it. You're like, hey, like you're not sitting there like you're holding it up and they're staring at you and like looking back at the screen and then back at you, and then you're just like, ah, horrible.
I'm gonna say worst experience. Also honorable mention, like hitting a sick drive and then chucking your 60-degree sucks. Happens to me all the time. I don't know. I think that's it.
There's plenty. We're missing a bunch.
Getting into your like car in the morning and like having like no gas. Like saving the gas, like, for your next trip, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, "Oh, I can make it," and then, like, you
Yeah.
forget about it and you hop in your car and you're like, "Shit, 7 miles to eat?"
Or you're like, okay, I could do this now when I have time to, but like I don't think the next time I get in my car I'm gonna have to like get wherever I'm going like immediately. And then you get in your car and you're like, you have to be somewhere you're already late. And you're just like, fuck.
I can't really. I'm just too proactive like that. I just really be
You're fucking
just
Cali
efficient.
liberal little bitch, dude.
It's facts.
Okay. Do we have a conspiracy other than A&M throwing the Texas game in order to have a home playoff game in College Station?
Not more of a conspiracy, just more of a we might be fucked on this one. Japan's treasury rates are exploding. Their
Mike
population
has texted me 14 times about Japan's treasury rates in the last 2 days. Go
Dude,
ahead. Sorry.
okay, so if you don't understand how the Japanese economy works, essentially, they've been able to give super low interest rate loans or even negative interest rate loans to stimulate economic growth because what they do is they buy bonds from the United States because they get such a nice return on the bonds that they're able to offer such a super low interest rate to their citizens. Well, that super low interest rate just like quadrupled overnight, maybe even, I don't even know, like what, at 8x, how you even say 8x like that. At 8x overnight, basically, meaning that they're not going to make near as much money on any of the bonds that they bought from the United States. So basically, the money printer's off. It's over, boys. Pack it up. No one's going to be buying our debt anymore except for the Cayman Islands, and we already know that's fraud. So it was nice while it lasted. Buy Bitcoin, buy silver, have fun.
For context, for all the listeners and new viewers, if we haven't already mentioned this, we have known, how long have we been friends, Tom? Since like
2014, 2015.
12 years, yeah.
2015. So we've been
Yep.
friends for almost an entire 10 years, all of us now. And Tomag has consistently, throughout the years, told us probably 2 or 3 times a year that the world was going to end for a specific reason. And the world has
He hit
not.
one time. He hit one time and has been convinced he's the god since then, which was COVID.
No,
to be fair, kind of a
no.
big hit. But yeah.
I hit COVID too. I got shit on for it.
Hey, bro, I called COVID in December.
Yeah, you were early on.
2019. It was already a thing. It's called COVID-19, bro. You were kind of late when you think about it.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
I mean, that was just because our ski trip was so late.
You would have told us earlier, otherwise.
So
Actually, do the thing.
I will do my thing. So, like we mentioned, we have merch dropping this week. Go buy AgKnocks merch. It's actually sick. Like, it looks super cool. Like,
We actually did work hard on that. Well, not that
Yeah.
shit, but the merch that's dropping, we worked hard on.
yeah, like don't be fucking gay. Just buy some AgKnocks shit. Like, how much free content have we provided to you?
We provided so much free content. Are you seriously not gonna buy our shit? What are you,
Yes.
bang dudes? Really?
You can bang a dude in one of our hoodies, and you can take a back shot on the AgKnocks logo on the back of the hoodie.
If A&M was guaranteed a win for every back shot you took, how many back shots you take?
Dude, Wex or Agjack would take 15 more than was needed, bro. Don't worry.
Why would I?
The love of the game, that's all that's needed.
Bro just started liking it after a while.
Be sure to follow us at AgKnocks on everything on X, on Instagram. Make sure and subscribe to YouTube at AgKnocks on YouTube. We'd go live on YouTube. We just got to get the subscribers up. We were late to the party there. Thank you guys.
Peace.